What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Baker's DIY Lifestyle. So in today's video, we are heading to a job and we are actually going to be putting together a DIY box kit pergola. So I have no pictures, I have no idea what we're walking ourselves into. The guy just reached out to me via email, saw our ad in the magazine that we are advertising in, and said, hey, I've got this thing, I just need somebody to come put it together. He wanted to know what we charge. And I told him on a project like this, we would charge by the hour. Honestly, these are one of the only projects that we still charge by the hour. Is any of these put together box kits, whether it's furniture, gazebos, play sets, anything like that, I still charge by the hour, and that is the only thing that I would charge by the hour on. So this particular gazebo is a Purple Leaf brand. Again, I don't know anything about it. These guys already ordered everything and just had it at their house when we got there. And as we started putting this thing together, we noticed it was a very well put together kit. But there are a few things that you're going to have to kind of figure out as you're putting these things together. It's funny because they come in 6 different boxes that you'll see us start unloading everything. The instructions have every single piece that you need, but some of the pieces are in completely different boxes. So when we were working on box A, we needed pieces out of box C. So just random weird stuff like that didn't really make a whole lot of sense. I mean, all I can figure is it has to do with the packaging and the easiest way to ship it. Even when they ordered it, the owners of the gazebo told us that the boxes came in different trucks on different days. It just came piece by piece. So I don't know, very strange from the manufacturer how they do the shipping, but whatever works for them. So jobs like this are a dime a dozen in the handyman industry. We get phone calls a lot for people that have IKEA furniture, play sets, or stuff like this, like I mentioned in the intro. And these are the only jobs that we still charge by the hour, because this guy sent me an email with no background information. All he said was, yep, it says it's going to take 2 guys 4 to 5 hours to put it together. I said, cool. If it takes that long, this is what your price is going to be. And as we started putting this thing together, we were out here for 10 hours putting together this gazebo. And of course, you'll see from the video, there's not many places that we stopped. We went straight through, we read the instructions, we pulled everything out piece by piece to try to make it as easy as possible to find. And there's absolutely no way this gazebo is going to go together in 4 to 5 hours. Maybe if you had a couple more guys helping out, you could get it done a little bit faster. But even then, it's just one of those things you don't really know how long it's going to take until you start working on it. So it was pretty funny here. Once we got the entire thing put together, we realized that the logo for the gazebo was on the back post. So if that is something you're concerned about and you don't have enough room to spin it completely around like we just did, make sure your logo is facing the way that you want it. So once we got the gazebo placed, we went ahead and started working on the roof. Luckily, we figured out farther into the project that even with the roof panels on this thing, it's not ridiculously heavy, and we were able to pick it up enough off the ground to slide it back and forth where we needed to. Because once we started putting the roof together, we realized we needed a ladder between that back fence and the gazebo to have enough room to get everything put in. So that is one other consideration if you were going to put together this particular gazebo, or possibly any other gazebo kind of like it. Make sure you've got room all the way around the outside of it to get a ladder to get your roof put together. So from this point on now, we're just continuously working on the roof. There's not much else to it. The frame of the bottom square part is completely built. So you'll see us putting together piece by piece, just the sections that will hold the center of the roof up. And again, with 2 guys, it was a little bit difficult just to kind of hold everything in place right here as we're getting up on the ladder. I was kind of doing a little balancing act as Dylan was bouncing around from corner to corner until we got it put up. But this system is pretty cool the way this gazebo works. It has its own gutter system. So as we were installing it, there were 2 sections of the side panels that glued together and then had another bracket, and it would drain the water down beside the poles, which is really nice because a lot of the cheaper gazebos or things that you can find on Amazon, they don't have gutter systems. So you are at the mercy of the water just rolling right off the side of the roof and not going into a specific location. So that was one thing that we noticed was really cool about this system. So as you get up into the roof panels here, you're going to have a tough time getting the corner panels in. And you can see right here, Dylan was fighting with it, trying to get that corner panel in. And what we ended up figuring out is it's much easier to take the flat panel out get both corners, and then stack towards the center. So then that was kind of our course of action for the rest of it. And that little section that I'm working on right there is extremely difficult because it's just 2 triangle pieces that you have to bend 4 different ways to get them to fit. But once you get those corner pieces in, it was not difficult at all to get them snapped together. And as for all the screws on the top, we left everything loose while we were putting those panels in, just to give us a little bit of free play. And then hopefully as we put the panels in, it would naturally square itself up. So here we are again installing some more braces, getting the next section ready. And those panels are going to be installed the exact same way as the top ones. They are just a little bit more forgiving because they're longer. So they're a lot easier to kind of twist and bend into place. But right here, you'll see us going through the box. They stack everything where you have all 4 sides kind of interlayered with each other. So the easiest way to do it was to go ahead and open that box, kind of set all the panels in each general location. And that made it a lot easier to put every panel, just slide it up and get it into place. So right here's where we figured out, oh no, we need to get the ladder on the other side of the fence. So we were a little worried we weren't going to be able to move it. But like I say, it was not super heavy. But we went ahead and just got that back section done first. We went ahead and screwed it down tight. If you have enough room to get around it and you don't need to slide it back, I would probably recommend getting all of the roof panels in before you put any of the bolts in. But again, just knowing we need the ladder right there and we needed to move it back to kind of keep it in place, we went ahead right here and ran all of the bolts through that one side, and then we put the gazebo back into place in order to finish the rest of it. So I believe from this point forward, I forgot to turn the camera back on after it died, but it's just the same process for the next 2 sides, and then you'll start working underneath the gazebo. So right here you can see we've got all the roof panels in, everything is completely tight, and you are going to put on a little shield so that I guess birds or critters can't crawl up into the gazebo. It probably keeps bees and stuff from flying in there as well. But we got that done, and then the next step is to snap on your cover. So again, this gazebo is really nice. It's got a privacy cover on the outside, and then there's an inside track where you snap on a mesh bug shield. So you have the option to open and close either one, and you can see where they strap around the post right there. So again, a super nice system for whatever they paid for it. And hopefully I will have it linked somewhere in this video once I do a little research and figure out where exactly it came from. But here all we did was drill through their concrete, and we went ahead and installed our tap cons just to make sure this thing never blows away in any kind of storms or anything like that. Once your tap cons are in, you pretty much go through, clean everything up, and that is it. So with that, that is our complete install on this purple leaf gazebo. If you guys have any questions, if you were trying to put one of these up and you get stuck somewhere, please be sure to leave them down in the comments section below, and I will answer them as quick as I possibly can. And of course, if you have any handyman related questions, again, like how we price these things and just random stuff like that, you can definitely leave those in the comments section below. But with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for checking out the channel, and we will see you in the next one.